Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Secondhand English, the podcast that makes learning English part of your daily life. I'm your host, Alex.
And I'm Mia. We're so glad you could join us. Today, we're talking about a situation that everyone experiences, introducing yourself in a new environment, like on your first day of work or in a new class.
It can be a little nerve-wracking, but having a plan can make all the difference. We're going to break down how to create a great first impression, and we'll focus on two different scenarios, a formal professional introduction and a more casual one.
That's right. I'll be handling the more corporate-style introduction for when you start a new office job, and Alex will cover the friendly, relaxed introduction you might use in a classroom or a less formal workplace. We'll give you clear examples and lots of useful vocabulary.
So let's get started with the first step, which happens before you even open your mouth. Preparation.
Exactly. For any introduction, it helps to have a short summary of yourself ready. This is sometimes called an elevator pitch. For a professional setting, you need to think about what is most important for your new colleagues to know.
Right. You don't want to just ramble. For my casual introduction, I would prepare 3 key things. My name, what I'm doing there, like my major in a class, and one interesting, friendly fact about myself to help break the ice.
That's a great structure. For my professional intro, it's similar but more work-focused. It would include my name, my new job title or role, a little bit about my professional background, and what I'm looking forward to in this new position.
The key is to decide these things before you're put on the spot. Having a little script in your head makes you come across as confident and prepared.
Absolutely. And this seems like a great time for our first vocabulary glossary. We've already used some very useful idioms.
Our first phrase is elevator pitch. An elevator pitch is a short, persuasive speech about yourself that you could deliver in the amount of time it takes to ride an elevator. It's your quick personal summary.
Next, to break the ice. This idiom means to do or say something to relieve tension and get a conversation started in a social situation. For example, telling a funny story is a good way to break the ice.
Next is to be put on the spot. This means to be asked a question or to do something difficult without any time to prepare. For example, the teacher put me on the spot when she asked me to explain the grammar rule.
And finally, to come across. This phrasal verb describes the impression you make on other people. For example, smiling helps you come across as friendly and approachable.
Okay, so we're prepared. Now it's time to deliver the introduction. Let's imagine you're in a college class on the first day, and the teacher says, "Let's go around the room and introduce ourselves." Alex, what would you say?
I'd keep it friendly and concise. I'd wait my turn, make eye contact with the group, smile, and say something like this. Hi, everyone. I'm Alex. I'm a junior studying communications. In my free time, I love hiking, so if you know any good trails around here, please let me know. It's nice to meet you all.
That's perfect for a classroom. It's clear, friendly, and the part about hiking gives people an easy way to start a conversation with you later. It's a great way to make new friends.
Now, let's switch to the corporate world. It's my first day at a new company, and my manager calls a team meeting to introduce me. After my manager says my name and title, it's my turn to speak. I would stand up, smile, and say something like this.
Thank you, David. Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. As David mentioned, I'm Mia, and I'm the new marketing manager. My background is in digital advertising, and I most recently worked at Tech Solutions. In a nutshell, I'm passionate about creative marketing strategies. I'm really looking forward to working with all of you and learning more about the great work you do.
That is so professional and polished. It covers all the key points without being too long. It shows you're confident and ready to be part of the team.
And that brings us to our second vocabulary glossary. There were some great phrases in those examples.
Our first phrase is in a nutshell. This is a great idiom that means in summary or in the fewest possible words. It's perfect for keeping your introduction brief. For example, in a nutshell, my job is to manage the company's finances.
Next, looking forward to. This is a very positive and common phrasal verb. It means you are excited about something in the future. For example, I'm looking forward to starting my new project.
Next is background. In a professional context, your background refers to your experience, education, and qualifications. For example, she has a strong background in software development.
And finally, in my free time. This is a simple and friendly phrase to introduce your hobbies or interests outside of work or school. For example, in my free time, I enjoy reading and playing the guitar.
Okay, so the big group introduction is over, but that's not the end of it. Throughout your first day or week, you will meet new people one-on-one. The key here is to not just repeat your introduction, but to ask questions.
This is so important. A good introduction is a two-way street. It's about learning about them as much as it is about telling them about you. In my casual classroom setting, if I meet someone during a break, I might say, "Hi again, I'm Alex. What was your name?" And after the answer, I'd ask a follow-up question like, "So what made you decide to take this class?"
That's a perfect way to get the ball rolling. In my corporate setting, my manager might introduce me to a colleague by saying, "Mia, this is Tom. He's the lead designer on the marketing team." I would shake his hand and say, "Hi, Tom. It's great to meet you. I'm looking forward to working with you."
And the great follow-up question there would be something about his work.
Exactly. I could ask, "I'd love to learn more about the design projects you're working on. Maybe we can touch base later this week." This shows I'm interested and proactive. Or you can ask someone to show you the ropes, which means to teach you how to do things in a new place.
All of these strategies, preparing, delivering a clear message, and asking questions, help build positive relationships from day one.
They do indeed. And now it's time for our third and final vocabulary glossary.
Our first idiom is to get the ball rolling. This means to start a process or activity. For example, let's get the ball rolling on this new project.
Next, to touch base. This is a professional phrase that means to briefly talk to or make contact with someone, usually to update them on something. For example, "I just wanted to touch base with you about the report."
Next, the idiom to show someone the ropes. This means to teach a newcomer how to do a job or task. For example, on my first day, my manager asked a senior colleague to show me the ropes.
And our last phrase is one-on-one. This describes a situation where two people are meeting alone without anyone else. For example, I have a one-on-one meeting with my boss every week.
And that is our guide to introducing yourself. The most important thing to remember is to smile, be friendly, and be yourself. Whether you're in a formal office or a casual classroom, people will appreciate your effort.
We recommend you practice right now. Pause the podcast and try creating a short professional introduction and a short casual introduction for yourself using the phrases we taught you.
That's all the time we have for today. Thanks for joining us on Secondhand English.
Goodbye, everyone, and good luck with your introductions.